All right, now we are pleased to be joined by Wheeling head coach Zach Bruney. Zach, can you give us an opening statement about your team's outlook for the 2022 season?
Yeah. First and foremost, thanks to Mountain East Conference and our commissioner Reed Amos for setting this up and accommodating the coaches in a training camp style of media day. I think in this day and age, in person, virtual, you can still get really good quality information out there and communication done the right way. So thanks to Reed and his staff, thanks to our university and our leadership, President Favid, Jenny Favid, our president, and Carrie Hanna, our athletic director, and they do a great job in constantly supporting our team and our program as we head into year 5, of having a football team and program here in Wheeling. Just some general thoughts. We're in that phase where it's time to take the next step. We've had some success now, from a win standpoint in the last 2 seasons, the COVID shortened spring season of 2021. And then of course the full fall season this past fall, where we finished 500 in the conference. And, we're kind of looking to take that next step, hopefully to break into the top half of the conference to compete for a championship. We have some veteran guys now. We have a lot of players in their 4th and 5th year. We have some graduate players back. We have some 4th-year seniors that have, now waited their turn to take a step up and to play. So we're excited about the team that we have coming back offensively and defensively. And then, we're definitely excited about, the young guys that have joined our program. We just had practice 9. We're 11 days into camp. We just had practice 9. So we're in a typical camp mode, camp grind right now. We're looking forward to Saturday to doing some inter-squad scrimmaging to get a little more evaluation done, on our team, constantly looking at our 2 deep as we've progressed towards week 1 in that first game in that opener against a non-conference opponent in Seton Hill. The conference top to bottom, very strong. We're lucky to be a part of such a strong football league, 12 teams spanning a number of states. I think, from a demographic standpoint and a geographic standpoint, I think it's one of the best conferences in Division II. I think our region is very, 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 very tough. I see our conference as a conference that can continue to move forward and grow and put multiple teams hopefully into postseason play come 2022 and beyond. And hopefully we can put our team in a position to have that type of success. But as of right now, we're working hard. I like our guys' attitude. I like our demeanor. I like our approach to things in this preseason camp, from meetings to film to walkthrough to weight room to practice. We're doing it the right way, and hopefully we can continue to get better this fall camp.
Questions, use the raise hand function. Go ahead, Cody.
Hey, Zach, just wondering, so far through camp, any surprises, or has it been as expected?
Well, I think every day you could say you have some surprises, whether it be some young guys flashing on tape. I like our freshman group. I think it's one of the stronger classes we've recruited. Depth-wise, there will be some young men in that group that will push to play and to push to be in the 2 deep, to push beyond special teams. We've been our defense has led our team, I think, the last couple of years. We've needed more consistency on offense, and we're getting that from our offense this fall camp. And I think that's a product of just having guys with experience. We got a nice battle going on at quarterback right now with 2 incumbent guys that have been here and are in red shirt and graduate senior years in Trent Jackson and Chad Palmer, both who have started games. And then, we added Javon Davis, a former starter at IUP to the mix in the spring. Those guys have steadied that room. We're getting consistent play out of all three, and we're getting good leadership. The league's leading returning rusher and Sai Ali is back. We know what we'll get from him. He's an explosive and dynamic player and one of the best players in Division II. So those guys are producing well. I've been pleased with our offense, and then our defense has been as steady and consistent as they've always had in the room, on the field. Coach Gaiman does a great job with coordination of that unit. We got veteran guys back, and we got some guys stepping up to fill in roles for, some guys that position battles that have come open. So back and forth has been really good competition wise, and we're pleased with how both sides of the ball are performing. And we have two veteran guys in the special teams room, and Matt Greenwood and our kicker and punter and Shane Tomlin back as a returning starter, who I think is probably one of the top snappers in the conference as well. So we're pleased with camp so far, pleasantly surprised with the work that the young guys have done, and pleased with the consistency with the older guys and the veteran group that you expect.
Coach, on defense, Rich White back in the backfield, led the league in pass breakups last season. Talk about what he gives your defense returning this season.
Well, Rich is an A-plus player. He's an A-plus person. He's a graduate. He's a returning All-American, first All-American in program history. Was a Don Hanson second-team All-American last year, and well-deserved. He's a very good player. Has played the boundary corner for us very well in these last 3.5 years. He's a graduate student. He's very consistent in his work. He's a great worker. He's a film junkie, and he's a very good athlete. He leads the charge in that group, and we can move him around. We can play him to the field. We can play him to the boundary. We can put him in the slot. And how teams, our league is a very dynamic offensive league. Teams like to spread it out, throw it around. So Rich is versatile enough, to play inside some and maybe go inside against some of the better slots in the league as well. He leads a defense that has veteran players. Rich, Brandon Munoz, two linebackers in Javon Johnson and Jason Simon, both returning starters, fifth-year guys. Chase Nolan is back up front. Mike Brown is back up front. And then we have some guys in the back end that have, waited their turn, but they're older players. Kelvin Bazemore at the other corner. Brandon Booker is another fifth-year guy that's ready to step into a role at corner. J.R. Atkinson is moving back from the stud position to bandit safety, and he has a lot of experience too. So our defense is fast. We play fast on defense. We're physical in the fact that we rally to the ball and we tackle well. And, just like anything else, if you're playing good defense consistently, you're going to give yourself a chance to win every game that you're in, hopefully.
Go ahead, Cody.
Zach, I'm just wondering, does this camp have any different feel, just given that you've had some success now and that you do have an older roster finally?
Well, I think the feel of camp is, one that you would expect from a team of 120 guys now. Our roster is finally to a point where you want it to be in Division II. A roster of 120, a good breakdown of classes, from the fourth and fifth year players to the third year players to the second year players to the first year players. The guys that have to figure it out are always your first year guys. We split practices for the first 6 days. Some teams do it, some teams don't, but we practiced our younger group separate from our older group the first 6 days of practice. Now that was tough on the coaches, because we were on the field for 4 hours, but our players were on the field for 2 hours apiece. That gave us a good opportunity to get a lot of evaluation done from a 1 and 2 deep, because there was, basically you have two groups with two first and second teams. And we've come together this week and are going full team practices, still doing some separate work as far as our units are concerned, with the red group being our older group and the black group being our younger group. But the feel of camp has been consistent. The feel of camp is like what you would want it to be by year 5. The older guys know what to do. They coach the younger guys up on, hey, this is how we do things, right? This is the schedule that we follow. These are our protocols and meetings. This is our protocol in the weight room. And that's a testament to the coaches. Our staff is really good, and they work extremely hard to be the head coaches of each of their individual rooms as far as their position groups. And I ask a lot of them, and I ask a lot of our players, and each and every man in this program has responded well, and we're pleased with our progress to this point.
So Coach, you scratched the surface of getting over 500 last year, finished 5-6. That has to raise the expectations to be the first team this year to be over 500 in program history.
Yeah, the expectation is you got to be your best version of yourself every day, and you got to try and win one game each week. You know, the long-term end result will come, and hopefully that is, of course, more wins than losses. But the byproduct of each successful season is a byproduct of how well you approach each day and each week. So our mantra continues to be just, be 1-0 each week, be 1-0 each day, be 1-0 in each, workout and practice that we have. Trying to work on the consistency and, former head coach of mine and longtime great head coach at the Division III, Larry Karras, he always talked about being consistently good before you talk about being great in anything. And we've kind of used that, as kind of one of our team slogans, be consistently good in our day-to-day before we can talk about being great. So consistency and being good day-to-day. But yes, we're right at that point where, we have to, I think the challenge is for each and every one of us to take the next step. And what is the next step? Well, hopefully winning more ball games than you lose, but not losing sight on focusing on the task at hand each day to hopefully allow you to have long-term success, just being consistently good in the day-to-day.
Any other questions? Thank you, Coach. Appreciate your joining us today, and good luck this season.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having us and putting this on. We appreciate everybody, and hopefully we'll see you this fall.
Thank you.